Hello, and welcome back to Talk About It in English, the channel where we help you take the English you already know and turn it into real, natural conversation. I am Sarah, and I am here with Mark. Today, we are going to solve one of the biggest problems that English learners face. It is a problem that happens almost every single day. It happens at work, it happens at school, and it happens when you meet your friends. It is the moment when someone looks at you and asks a very simple question. They ask, "So, how was your day?" That sounds like an easy question, doesn't it? It is basic English. Everyone understands the words. But Mark, what usually happens when an English learner hears this question? Well, Sarah, usually there is a moment of panic. You understand the question perfectly. You know what it means, but your brain freezes. You have 10 hours of things that happened to you during the day. You woke up, you had coffee, you took the bus, you had a meeting, you ate a sandwich, you felt tired, you felt happy. There's too much information. So your brain tries to translate everything from your native language into English all at once. And because that is impossible to do in 1 second, you panic. You look at the person, you smile nervously, and you just say one word: good. Exactly. You just say good, or maybe you say fine, and then you stop talking. The conversation dies right there. The other person waits for you to say more, but you stay silent because you don't know how to organize your thoughts. It feels terrible, doesn't it? You want to connect with people. You want to share your life, but you feel like a robot who can only say one word. If this sounds like you, do not worry. You are not alone. Almost every learner at the A2 and B1 level feels this way. The problem is not your vocabulary. You know enough words. The problem is that you do not have a plan. You do not have a structure to organize your thoughts quickly. Today, we are going to give you that plan. We are going to teach you a simple 3-step formula that you can use every single time someone asks you how your day was. This formula is magic. It will help you go from saying just good to speaking in clear, full, interesting sentences. You will sound confident, and you will never freeze again. If you want to stop feeling stuck and start speaking about your real life, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now. We make videos like this every week to help you talk about your world. So Mark, let's talk about this formula. We call it the AAD formula. That stands for Adjective, Action, Detail. It sounds simple, and it is simple. That is why it works. When someone asks you, "How was your day?" you do not need to tell them everything. You just need to follow these 3 steps. Step 1 is the adjective. Step 2 is the action. Step 3 is the detail. Let's break this down completely so everyone can use it today. Let's start with step 1, the adjective. Why do we start here? We start with an adjective because it sets the tone. It gives the headline of your story. Imagine you are reading a newspaper. You read the big headline first, right? The adjective is your headline. It tells the listener immediately if your day was positive, negative, busy, or quiet. It gives them a frame for the picture you are about to paint. So instead of just saying good, which is boring and doesn't tell us anything, we want to choose a specific adjective. Mark, let's give our listeners a menu of great adjectives they can use. What are some common ones for a work day or a school day? Well, if you had a lot of work to do, you can say it was busy. That is a very common one. If you got a lot of things done, you can say it was productive. Productive is a great word. It means you worked hard and you achieved your goals. If your day was difficult or made you feel pressure, you can say it was stressful. Or if it felt like the day never ended, you can say it was long. So we have busy, productive, stressful, and long. Those are excellent. And what if the day wasn't about work? What if it was a Sunday or a holiday or just a very easy day? We need different adjectives for that. Right. For those days, you might say it was quiet. Quiet is a beautiful word. It doesn't mean boring, it means peaceful. You can also say it was relaxing. Or if you want to be honest about doing nothing, you can say it was lazy. A lazy Sunday is a good thing. So you have quiet, relaxing, and lazy. Perfect. So that is step 1. You choose one word, just one. This takes the pressure off your brain. You don't have to think about grammar yet. You just have to pick a feeling. How was your day? It was busy. How was your day? It was relaxing. Already, that is better than good. But we are not done. We need step 2. Step 2 is the action. This is where most people get stuck. They try to list everything they did. I did this, then I did this, then I did that. Do not do that. It is too difficult, and it is boring for the listener. For the action step, I want you to choose just one main event. What was the biggest thing that happened? What took up the most time?
Exactly. Just one thing. And usually we express this using the past simple tense, because the action is finished. Let's look at some examples matching our adjectives. If you said your day was busy, what is the action? Maybe you say, I had 3 meetings back to back, or I finished a big project. Notice that grammar. I had, I finished. Simple, clear past tense verbs. Let's try another one. If you said your day was long, what is the action? Maybe you say, I worked until 8 p.m., or I sat in traffic for an hour. That is a great one. Sitting in traffic is a very common reason for a long day. Now, what if you chose a positive adjective? If you said your day was relaxing, what is the action? You could say, I walked in the park, or I met a friend for coffee, or simply, I watched a movie. So step 2 is just one sentence about the main activity. You are not telling the whole story. You are just giving the main event. Now we move to step 3, the detail. Or you can think of this as the feeling or the consequence. This connects the action back to you right now. It answers the question, so what? This is the part that makes you sound fluent. It connects the past to the present. You usually start the sentence with the word so. It is a connector. For example, it was busy. I finished a big project, so I am totally exhausted. I love that. See how natural that flows? The adjective tells us the vibe. The action tells us what happened. The detail tells us how you feel now. Let's build another one. Let's go back to the stress. Adjective, stressful. Action, my computer crashed twice. Detail, so I am really frustrated. Or let's try the relaxing day. Adjective, relaxing. Action, I slept until 10 a.m. Detail, so I feel great. This 3-step pattern is your safety net. Whenever someone asks you that question, you just go 1, 2, 3. Adjective, action, detail. You will never freeze because you know exactly what to do. Now, I want to practice this with you. We are going to role play. I am going to be the learner, and Sarah, you are going to ask me about my day. I am going to imagine I had a very normal work day. Okay, I am ready. So Mark, how was your day? It was pretty productive. I wrote 2 scripts for our videos, so I feel happy with my progress. That was perfect. It was clear, it was interesting, and it felt complete. I didn't have to ask you 5 more questions to understand your life. You gave me the full picture in 3 small sentences. Let's analyze Mark's answer. Step 1, adjective, pretty productive. He added the word pretty just to make it softer. You can do that too. Step 2, action. I wrote 2 scripts. Step 3, detail, so I feel happy with my progress. Now, listeners, I want you to try this. We are going to do a shadowing exercise. I will say a sentence using this formula, and I want you to repeat it out loud. Do not just listen. You need to speak to train your mouth muscles. Are you ready? Here's the first one. It was busy. I had a lot of meetings, so I am very tired. Go ahead, say it now. Great. Let's try it one more time, a little faster to sound more natural. It was busy. I had a lot of meetings, so I'm very tired. Excellent. Let's try a different scenario. Let's try a really good day. Listen to me first. It was great. I got a promotion at work, so I am celebrating tonight. Now you say it. Perfect. One more time. It was great. I got a promotion at work, so I am celebrating tonight. Okay, let's deal with a specific problem that many of our students have. Sarah, what happens when a student feels like their day was boring? They feel embarrassed because they think they didn't do anything special. So when someone asks, how was your day? They panic because they don't want to say nothing. This is a huge mental block. Many learners think they need to have an exciting story to speak English. You do not. A quiet day is a real day. You just need to frame it correctly. Do not say nothing. If you say nothing, you sound uninterested or sad. Instead, use the AAD formula to make your quiet day sound nice. Let's use the adjective quiet. It is a positive word. If you didn't do much, that is okay. Be honest about it. Here is how you do it. Adjective, it was quiet. Action, I just stayed home and read a book. Detail, so it was exactly what I needed. See how much better that sounds? You turned nothing into a lovely, peaceful evening. You are still speaking English. You are still connecting. Let's try another version of a boring day. Maybe you just did chores. Adjective, it was slow. Action, I cleaned the whole apartment. Detail, but at least it is clean now. That is a great use of the detail step. But at least it is clean now. It shows a positive attitude. So please, never be afraid to talk about a boring day. Just use the right adjective. Use slow, quiet, or calm. Now, we need to talk about the final piece of the puzzle. You have given your answer, you used the formula. You said, it was busy, I worked hard, so I am tired. Now you stop talking. Is the conversation over?
Not yet. If you stop there, it can still feel a little bit abrupt. A conversation is like a game of tennis or ping pong. You hit the ball to me, and I have to hit it back to you. If you answer my question and stop, you are holding the ball. You need to throw it back to the other person. This is very important for fluency. Fluent speakers always signal that it is the other person's turn to speak. And the good news is, you only need to learn 2 or 3 short phrases to do this perfectly. After you finish your AAD answer, you just add the throwback. The simplest throwback is, how about you? That is it, just 3 words. How about you? So the full pattern looks like this. It was busy. I worked all day, so I am tired. How about you? That little question at the end makes you sound so friendly. It shows you care about the other person. It invites them to use the formula too. There are other variations you can use. You can say, how was your day? But be careful not to repeat the exact same words too many times. A very natural one is, what about you? Or if you want to be a little more specific, you can ask, what did you get up to? That is a phrasal verb. To get up to something means to do something. What did you get up to? It is very casual and native sounding. Let's practice this full loop. I will give the answer and then I will throw the ball back. I want you to shadow the whole thing, including the question at the end. Listen carefully. It was nice. I went for a long run, so I feel energetic. How about you? Now you say it. Try to keep the rhythm going. Good. Let's try one with the other question. It was long. I had class all afternoon, so I am ready to relax. What did you get up to? Your turn. Say the whole thing. Fantastic. Can you feel how much more professional that sounds? You are not just answering, you are conversing. You are managing the flow of the talk. I want to pause here for a second and talk about why this formula is so important for your confidence. When you rely on your brain to create sentences from zero every time, you are using a lot of mental energy. You are worrying about grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and social rules all at the same time. That is why you get tired. That is why you make mistakes. But when you use a formula like AAD, you are automating the structure. You don't have to think about the grammar of the sentence structure because the structure is always the same. Subject, verb, object. Adjective, action, detail. This frees up your brain to focus on finding the right words and connecting with the person. It is like driving a car. When you first learn to drive, you have to think about the pedals, the steering wheel, the mirrors, and the other cars. It is stressful. But after you drive for years, you don't think about the pedals anymore. You just drive. This formula is like learning to drive automatically. You practice it until it becomes a habit. Let's look at a few more specific examples of adjectives and actions that go together, because having a strong vocabulary pairing helps you move faster. We talked about work and home. Let's talk about travel or going out. Imagine you went to the city center. Someone asked, how was your day? You could say it was hectic. Hectic is a great word. It means busy, but in a chaotic, fast way. It was hectic. So if the adjective is hectic, what is the action? Maybe I ran around doing errands all day. To run around doing errands means you went to the bank, the post office, the grocery store, lots of small stops. And the detail? So my feet are killing me. That is a very natural English phrase. My feet are killing me. It doesn't mean they are murdering you. It means they hurt very much because you walked a lot. Let's put that together. It was hectic. I ran around doing errands all day, so my feet are killing me. How about you? Mark, what about a day that was just strange? Sometimes days are weird. Yes, that happens. Maybe something unexpected happened. You can use the adjective weird or strange. It was a weird day. The action could be, I saw an old friend from elementary school on the bus. That is a surprise. The detail could be, so I have been thinking about the past all afternoon. It was a weird day. I saw an old friend, so I'm feeling nostalgic. Nostalgic is the word for when you think about the past with warm feelings. What I love about this formula is that it forces you to practice different verb tenses correctly. In step 2, the action, you are forced to use the past simple. I saw, I went, I worked, I played.
In step 3, the detail, you often use the present simple or present continuous because it describes your current state. I am tired, I feel happy, I am thinking. This is a great grammar drill disguised as conversation. You are practicing the switch from past to present in every single interaction. This flexibility is what moves you from A2 to B1 and B2. Now, we have a challenge for you. We are not just going to talk at you. We want you to use this right now. I am going to ask you, how is your day? I want you to look away from the screen. Look at a wall or close your eyes. I want you to think of your real day today. If it is morning for you, think about yesterday.
I want you to find your adjective. Was it busy, quiet, fun, boring? I want you to find your one main action. What did you do? I want you to find your detail. How are you now? And finally, do not forget the throwback. I am going to ask the question. Then we will leave about 10 seconds of silence. That feels like a long time, but use it. Speak out loud, fill the silence with your AAD answer. Are you ready? So, tell me, how was your day?